That's right, it's the good guys, ladies and gents. We've got Joe. Yes, we do. We've got Dan. Yo. And yes, we've got BB. Hello. Let's go. The good guys. You're with the brainiest things. Creators, listen up, kids. We'll get the top of your leagues. The good guys. We don't have failures, so mainstays in the top 100K. We'll help you reach your dreams. The good guys. We never see red, we only get greens. We got the template beating home receiving FPL teams. We do. Warning, your rank is falling. Should be down in me. Yeah, check it out.
End it there.
Yeah. Yeah, Dan, I don't know if you watched the other one, but I was surprised that your Check It Out actually made the cut.
Yeah, we'll change that, don't worry. That's All right. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Gameweek 18 preview podcast with myself, Joe, with BV, say hello.
We're doing this again.
And Dan as well.
Hi.
All right. Right, so what we're going to do, we're going to have a look at our Game Week 17, see how they went, look at our punts, and then have some discussion about what we think is going to happen going forward. So there we go. Without further ado, I'm going to share my screen, BV, if you want to prepare that.
Okay, 1 second. Oh,
Right.
we're not just going to ask each other how we're doing.
Yeah.
Okay, let's ask each other how we're doing.
How are you doing, Dan?
I'm doing pretty decent, you know.
I'm glad. BV, how you doing?
I've actually had a good week.
How's your Christmas has been, boys?
It's been all right, you know. I've got a lot of essays and check to do.
I've been
4 a.m. working.
I was playing Pro Club till 5 a.m.
Well, and I just got some nice sleep, so polarizing it.
I'm researching business frauds and talking about ethics and shit.
Yeah.
Not the best Christmas present.
Yeah, that's a bit peak.
Yeah. How are you, Joe?
Good, thank you, mate. I've had a lovely Christmas with my close family. Went to the Cotswolds, had some nice walks in the countryside. I've since returned to Derby. I saw my father yesterday, which was always fun.
Light bulb?
What's that? Oh, I actually dug the light bulb out. I'm going to take that back down to London and hopefully, screw that into my bedroom light, make it a bit more exciting than standard yellow crap that I've got at the moment.
Is this an LED changing colour light bulb thing?
It's a light bulb that I can change the brightness of on my phone. So,
Is it by
has
TP Link?
your dad ever got you one of those?
No, but I have 2 at uni. I bought it from Argos.
Well, was it bought by your dad?
No.
There you go. I've got a great dad.
It was bought by student finance.
I love
The
how when I
government.
first heard that story, it's like, cheers, Dad. Knows me so well.
Love light bulbs. Right, okay. Am I ready to share the screen? Is it all okay?
Yeah, try it.
Okay. Alright. Bang. Okay, how's it going? Has that worked?
Oh, yes, it has. If I just transition to that, there we go. Oh, you're a bit small.
Can we see everything?
We're now good.
Okay. So last week, the punts that we picked. So Dan took the win by picking Martinelli for 8 points. BV picked Nketiah for 6 points. Unfortunate. And myself, I picked Nunes for 2, who on another day could very well have won the whole competition, but unfortunately he can't shoot and score, so he gets 2 points.
Okay, I thought you meant his 2 points would have won the competition because of that crap.
It would have been.
I thought you were calling that a haul.
It would have played me second last week, but no, unfortunately, people decided to get points this week.
It's a bit annoying that I didn't go Saka, but fair play. And Nketiah returned. I can't complain. I lost with the return. That's at least something. It's pride.
So, assuming that it has updated with those new ones, the current standings are Dan on 92.99 points, myself on 80, and BV on 74.98.
What's
I almost feel like I prefer the punts league to the normal league, but
Yeah, really. I'm not sure if these auto-populate either, BV. I don't know if you know.
No idea. I haven't looked at it in a while. Well, how many wins does it say Dan's got? 4.
Nah, because it says I've got 4 first placed.
Yeah, it says you're all tied. It's not auto updated.
Yeah.
That isn't
I've
actually
got
written on the
6.
script. What,
Yeah,
what about this one? 5, 4.
Dan,
Oh, Joe, you're last.
Punch a couple things in.
Wait, does this auto update? Has Dan got 1,
Yeah.
2, 3? No, that doesn't auto update. That would say 6.
Yeah, but it doesn't auto update like on the same day. It takes time to auto update.
But the count on the right doesn't.
The count on the right doesn't auto update at all.
Yeah, Dan, you would be on, what would it be, 6 correct with 57 points. So running away with it a little bit.
Yeah.
Well done, Dan. So we'll come back to this towards the back end when we've had some discussion. And we'll see who we pick for the fixtures next week.
Lovely.
So, regarding
this team, man.
Here's my team. So 50 points so far. Obviously, we've got the Man City versus Leeds game occurring this evening. But so far, do you know, actually, if I were to, not know what other players in the league have done, I would say I've had quite a good week this week. I've had returns from Kepa. I've had a really strong return from Rashford. Almiron's done well. Trippier's done well. Kane got himself a goal. So on the whole, I'm quite happy with a lot of the players that I've selected. It's unfortunate, though, that a lot of the players that I haven't selected have also knocked it out of the park. So Saka and Martinelli both getting goals. Salah a goal and an assist.
Ain't it some shit how it's Kane that I was championing and defending against your scathing remarks in the last pod.
Ultimately, at the end of the day, Kane, is a good pick, isn't he? And I backed him to recover mentally, despite absolutely not backing him to recover mentally in the last
record.
I did change my mind and pick Kane over Salah, which actually turned out to be a poor decision, given that Salah got a 12 point.
Could you afford? You couldn't afford Salah, could you, with that team?
Well, not as is, but if I were to go Kane down to someone and Rodrigo up to Salah, I probably could. If I went Kane down to Greenwood and up to Saka, and then played like Pereira on the bench. Anyway, this is what I've got. So yeah, I've got Rodrigo, De Bruyne, and Haaland to come. Obviously, Rodrigo recovering from a hamstring injury, so don't know if he'll be back, but I'm hoping he is. And I suppose my main worry is this clean sheet and potential returns from Cancelo, which would really do bad things to me.
To be honest, if Rodrigo is injured, I mean, Andreas Pereira's 3-pointer isn't much, but it would make him he's got higher returns than James, Gabriel, and Darwin.
It's not nothing. Yeah, those 3
I don't
points.
back Rodrigo to come up with 3 points. If he's not starting, he's coming up with 1 maybe.
Oh yeah, that's so true. I mean, I'm just hoping that he does start because the sort of game that he didn't play, the last friendly, it was tightness that he didn't play with. I feel like he can recover from some tightness.
Are you worried about his injury proneness?
Well, yeah, but I think if he starts, I think he's a really good asset. I mean, I think
how has he been doing lately, Rodrigo? Because he
was
doing amazing.
Very well, very well. So before the break,
he's one of your golden boys, isn't he?
Before the break, he got 13-pointer, 7-pointer, 6-pointer, 7-pointer. So very, very good from the 4 weeks prior to the break. I'm just hoping that he's healthy.
And as if Almiron's still kicking.
Yeah, because he actually wasn't. He wasn't like a. It wasn't like a Lingard spell where he was just getting points without XG. He was racking up XG and like chance creation and stuff. So he was having like the most shots in the box and stuff like this out of the midfielders in his price bracket. He was actually more like a 8 million asset. See, realistically, if I was a better FPL player, I probably would look at that and not just think, but he's fucking Almiron. He's shit. Can't do well. That shouldn't happen. So just ignore the fact he's actually a really good asset. No. It took me a while to also get over that, Dan. And then I think now I feel like once he's in your team, I still had major doubts about him until literally the moment that I saw he scored, and I was like, oh shit. All right. Yeah. Okay. I can
always do with a wild card.
Yeah. No. I mean, I brought Almiron in when he was a mere 5.0 million asset, and he's made his way up to 5.8 now. So absolutely,
well, anyway,
what a legend. But yeah, no, that's my week. So a small, well, not small. It's actually quite a chunky red arrow from 85k to 115k as things stand before this Man City Leeds game. So we'll see how that goes.
Okay. Well, while you're there, just pop to the league and pick one of our other teams.
Yeah.
BB's name exposed.
Oh, jeez. My name's hella exposed.
61 points, so you're doing better than myself.
Oh, thank you.
And you've got Cancelo. You're doing really well, BV.
Yeah, I'm doing all right. The only one that hasn't returned for me, other than James, who would have returned if he stayed on the pitch 7 minutes longer, but I'll count that as an anomalous result, is Darwin. Darwin over there. My Salah cover. The team that I think I came on here with, I read out a team last time that I was on here, but I was like 0.2 mil off or some shit like that. But it had Ben White in it, which if I had made that Perud or Botman or something, I would be on like 80 points or something this game week. So that's still a small loss. But yeah, we're just looking at a 1 game week sample. We'll see how it goes over time. But yeah, I'm a bit disappointed I didn't have Mitrovic and went for Martial more because of the yellow card and the press conference stuff from Marco Silva. But I told Dan that it apparently wasn't an injury, he'd just gone over abroad and was sort of coming back, and it could be a fitness thing. So I did think Mitrovic would start, but then I was still put off by the yellow card thing, and those two combined wasn't worth it when I knew Martial was playing a Dean Henderson-less Forest. But yeah, Mitrovic came away with King of the Game Week as it stands. Yeah, Darwin Núñez, obviously not the best cover for Salah in his current state, racking up, 1.6 XG or something?
1.16 I've seen.
Yeah, 1.16. 4 big chances, all missed.
And also could very well have got an assist for their third goal. I don't really understand why
that was robbery.
Yeah.
Those 3 points.
Anyone that hadn't seen it, he pulled the ball back across the goal. The keeper palmed it out, and Bajcetic, or whatever his name, scored. But apparently, so if a player shoots and the keeper palms it out to someone, that counts as an assist. Whereas if a player attempts an assist and the keeper palms it out, then suddenly it's not an assist, which doesn't make any sense personally to me.
Yeah, no, I don't understand how you shoot and the keeper saves it can actually stand as an assist. I'm more back that once a keeper saves anything, that phase of play is over. But yeah, I've still got Cancelo, De Bruyne, and Haaland to come. Weirdly, wait, Dan, have you got Cancelo?
No, I did have, but I reshuffled my team to get James. I feel so. I feel
Cancelo's actually a differential for me, a huge differential in this league.
In the good guys, at least, yeah.
I did have Cancelo. Well, I mean, I now have Gabriel, so hopefully he can do something.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind Cancelo doing something. I don't actually back him to get an assist because I think he's playing a slightly different role this season. But what I do back him to do is Cancelo things, and that is when the ball comes out from the box after, well, now that he's living in the third midfielder spot, to maybe just lash one in. And if this is a route, he might attempt that. So yeah, I hope for Cancelo things.
Yeah, no, that's fair. I think this game could go either way for Cancelo, because Man City have actually been a little bit lax defensively. Even when they score a few goals in a game, they'll just sort of switch off and concede at the back. And Leeds, they're a high pressing team, so you'd imagine Man City will be able to pick them apart offensively at some stage. But also, I can't see them conceding in this game. So,
well, yeah. I mean, to be fair, I'd my mic charging. I'd actually I'd actually take a Rodrigo just being injured and Joe getting 3 points confirmed, because although he could get 2 points or even with a yellow card 1 point, I do think if Rodrigo was starting, I could see him potentially nicking some goals somewhere.
Yeah, no.
I wouldn't like that. Yeah, personally, even if Rodrigo was not in your team, Joe, I'd prefer it if he wasn't playing. So
he's quite good, isn't he, Rodrigo? So yeah, it'd be a loss for Leeds if he doesn't make it.
Well, they have got a lot of injuries, so he might just have to play through whatever he's got. My 1% difference, Beroud.
Oh yeah. Talk about Beroud.
He scored.
He did.
I rate that. He got himself on the sheet.
Yeah, it was a classy finish. Yeah.
He was a poacher. He's a poacher. Thank God that James didn't. I was so glad when I saw that James starts. Oh, Cancelo doesn't start. That would be ultimate pain for me because I will lose 2 points. Yeah, so he's got no goal.
Well, Peru, I mean, you're not getting him at all for defensive play. Southampton possibly one of the worst defenders in the league.
Yeah. But saying that, I could start him next week.
You might. Who've they got?
Can't remember. No, I'm not. I'm definitely not starting him next week because he's got Fulham. But the week after that, he's got Nottingham Forest, and that I could debate starting him there.
Well, there's attacking returns for Peru there as well.
Yeah.
Because that's where he's threatening. He's quite good offensively. So I can nearly kick the chair over. Yeah.
And I back Nathan Jones to do something. He's a Luton boy.
And you're finally on the Trippier bandwagon. So you're not.
Thank God for that, man. Jesus.
Yeah. No, I mean, if you'd stuck firm to that, then yeah, you'd have been absolutely destroyed this week.
Honestly, I'm going to do some calculations. I do think Trippier's cost me a good, maybe middle in rank.
Yeah.
Because it's not even like he's like some differential that I just missed out on. He's someone that 80% of the game had and I didn't.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, boys. I am properly kicking myself over James because when people had him in the first half of the season, I have never had James before this season. I never got him, never bought, never delved in that.
I don't think you should kick yourself.
Why are you kicking
He was very
yourself?
close to getting a clean sheet.
Yeah, but now he's fucking
injured and it's just shot on target. Do you want that from your defender?
Yeah, but I'm just more looking at the results.
Yeah, that's not what you should do, fella. You should. But you can't blame it. What was if you didn't have I don't know. Did you have Darwin Núñez at all before this? If he got injured, you can't really be kicking yourself.
Yeah, it was good thinking to have both Darwin and Reece James based off of what happened in the game.
Well, yeah. Obviously, I guess what I'm saying is just, fuck me.
It's yeah. All right, let's have a look at your team, Dan. So you're on 52 points so far. So actually the worst, despite you having the only one with the king of the game week in your team.
Yeah.
That means you did terrible.
I mean, you had Ward instead of Kepa.
I have less players to start, though.
And you've got less players to start. Yeah, that's a shame.
Yeah, I didn't have my first choice. It's not that my first choice keeper would have fucking got a 3-0 loss.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's look at this. Darwin. So he had his chance. I'm happy with him staying in. Now, on the surface of it, the Fulham Crystal Palace game, I was happy with overall. Obviously, Zaha got the blank, but Mitrovic got 15 points. I mean, obviously, that's not taken into account.
Going forward.
But Zaha was actually playing up front too.
What are your thoughts regarding Zaha going forward?
Well, I don't regret still keeping him because he did actually end up playing up front, and he could have on a different. It wasn't inconceivable that he, could have done something.
What you've got with Zaha is you've got Bournemouth away in his next game, and then after that he's got a horrible run.
But you hold for Bournemouth. You maybe even.
Yeah. I mean, it's some shit because James is quite injured now, isn't he?
Oh,
So
well,
he's
Dan, I think you've got quite an easy route here. I think you hold Zaha this week, you get rid of James this week, and then you go to Mount from Zaha before the double.
well, yeah. I'm actually I'm even thinking of saving a little bit of money on James. I will be downgrading him. I can't afford Cancelo. I'm ineligible to get a Saliba or even like a White. White would be cheaper, but I'm eligible for Saliba because I already have 3 Arsenal players. So by default, I'd pretty much be downgrading. Yeah, realistically, I'm looking at obviously get James because got to put out that fire.
Oh, you don't have Rashford.
Yeah. But to be fair though, I have Martinelli and Saka, 2 players that got 8 and 9 points. So I can't curse my midfield 4. Well, Zaha didn't do great, but Saka and Martinelli.
What you could do as well, if you wanted, you could do maybe not this week. You could delay it a week, but you could do James to Cancelo and Zaha down to Mual Almiron if you feel like you're missing out on some points from Almiron. That's a pair of moves you could make. I know you want Cancelo as well.
Yeah, that's a very good idea. I might do that. No, because it just incorporates what I wanted in my head. It's not just how it looks.
Yeah, but come on, be more. That's just so boring. Cancelo, Almiron, they're just so high owned.
Yeah,
I feel like I've been on Reds for years, Red Arrows for years. I don't want fucking wacky and whatever. We tried that, didn't work.
You don't want to gamble on. You're a bid price man. Go on. What's out there with your Mount bracket, Foden bracket? Find something.
Yeah, but I'm just basically a boomer, aren't I? Because I'm seeing Miguel Almiron and I'm like, oh, these kids with Miggy, ooh, that's not how you did it. Back in my day, we actually picked players who were good, with a good name.
No. Well, technically, look, your Miggy is basically your Martinelli. So Martinelli, Miggy, they're the same. I see them as equals.
Martinelli's a good performing asset, so why wouldn't I want another good performing asset?
Yeah.
Yeah, to be fair, because I was actually, if I was thinking about downgrading, maybe I even, do I want to start Shah against Leeds? Leeds at home, Newcastle.
Yeah, start him.
Shah's actually due a goal some point, so yeah, maybe
He's been due a goal for like 10 weeks, and I feel like he's not due a goal.
Yeah.
No, he's due a lot of goals now.
To be fair, I actually, because
he
a lot of the
score at the
defenders,
World Cup, did he? No.
A lot of the defenders aren't tickling me, so even actually downgrading to like a Miggy and going up to a Cancelo, because Cancelo's one of the only defenders that I don't have now with the James fuckery that actually tickle me. So that's actually a really, really good idea that I like. Yeah, because to be fair, if I was going to downgrade anyway, they might be on my bench this week. I start Shah, I reckon, hold the transfer and just stick James on my bench, and then I have 2 free transfers, and then I get rid of Zaha and James next week. Yeah, that's a great.
Successful. Okay, Dan's complete. Well, you don't have to have him on the pod next week.
Yeah. Rejoice. Join us next week, guys, for our best pod yet.
Well, Joe, what are your transfer plans? Now we'll work through it.
Yeah, well, I suppose I could make no transfers. I'll go on pick team before we go through the fixtures. Let's have a look at what I've got. So what I could do, my bench defender options are not particularly attractive. So getting rid of Reece James appears to be a pressing transfer. I don't really want to pick Bueno at home.
You went a Marty.
I did go for a Marty as my final.
How did that come about?
So I picked everyone else, and I had 4.3 million left, and I thought I'll pick a Marty.
Oh, did you not fancy Patterson? I actually went with Patterson.
You didn't think of Patterson?
Patterson, I looked at his minutes. He's a bit of a minutes risk. He gets rotated.
He was injured.
He was injured.
Oh, was he? Oh, fair play.
Yeah. He's
also, I don't back Everton that much.
They're going to have a double game week.
And he's got some attacking threat. or some
He's better than Amati.
Why hasn't he got more points than Martin then?
Because Amati's just come in for Leicester's purple patch. Don't know, it's Patterson.
Yeah, he was injured. You can't just throw out things like that.
Well, I don't think you've got enough evidence to say that Patterson's better than Amati. Amati plays in a better defence. He's less injury.
That's debatable. Everton and Leicester
He's
are
not
pretty
got
shit.
Yeah, come on.
We can't really say they're better defence.
Everton just conceded twice to the worst attack in the league.
Yeah, let's not have such recency bias. You know what I'm saying?
What do you mean?
I mean,
Well,
Leicester
you just
got battered.
look at
Leicester got
Amati's
battered,
purple
mate.
patch, which lasted for like 6 weeks in a row, where they got 5 clean sheets or some shit.
Well, everyone has their moments, but
I'm not backing that Patterson plays for a great defence.
oh no,
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that they're two equally crap options. We're talking about 4.3 and 4-0. I'd rather save the 0.3.
That is true.
And go for Patterson that might have a double, he's just going to come. Amati's probably going to get dropped once injuries.
What you've got to ask yourself too, when you're at that bracket with that calibre of player, do you ever see yourself jumping to think, I might really bump Amati up in my pecking order this week?
And you know what is true as well? I actually had a draft where I had Patterson starting in my team because he had that Wolves game at home. But then I just realised, no, Everton are really bad. And
yeah, they're bad. I would never start him.
Well, they had Wolves at home, which might be the best defensive fixture in the league.
Instead of Patterson, I actually nearly last week at one point was looking at Out Nori.
I was looking at Out Nori.
Out Nori got a goal.
Yeah, I know.
He
I was having a start.
I do think that if the Out Nuri goal is that a worry for Bueno actually, because they're both fullbacks.
Did Bueno come off for him?
No idea. We clicked the eye. Did he get subbed off?
I like Bueno. He had a chance which was saved by Danny Ward. He did get subbed.
Click the eye.
Yeah, he did come off. How many minutes did he get? 58. So he actually came off before 60.
Oh, gee. That's not great.
Oh, no, I mean, he's all right for 3.9 million.
I think I would have had Patterson over Bueno, actually, if it wasn't for the 0.1 mil between them. Even that, for me, was like, well, that last game.
Yeah, Out Nori came in for Bueno in that last game.
Bueno's got more attacking threat than Patterson by miles as well. He looks threatening. He gets a highlight in every game that he's played in so far of some attacking.
Yeah, but Patterson is also attacking.
Well, Everton are... Well, yeah, no, maybe good point. Yeah. I don't know.
Patterson has some...
I've got the new manager.
But the only thing is, that Wolves have Lopetegui, and Lopetegui does actually make a defensively solid team at points. So
Lopetegui, the distant brother of spaghetti.
So I back him to get the boys in shape slowly. And if Bueno starts, then that'll be cool.
Yeah, so anyway, my transfer plans. So yeah, I've sort of been backed into a corner of getting rid of Reece James. Would have really liked him for Forest away. Obviously, he's got himself injured. People on my mind are just other Chelsea defenders. Obviously, they've got that double in 19. So I'm debating Koulibaly, I'm debating Cucurella, I'm debating Thiago Silva. Alternatively, I could save myself a lot of money, make my way down to someone like a Botman, who starts in one of the best defences in the league, 4.4 million. So could be a shout. Alternatively, I could do some sort of hit job, go from Darwin down to Mitrovic and James up to Cancelo. Cancelo having that Everton at home game, and then obviously Mitrovic that double in Gameweek 19. So that's something to consider as maybe a staggered pair of transfers. But I think what I'm likely to do is go with James all the way down to Botman and save that extra money for a rainy day.
Yep, I back that. You need all the money.
Yeah, well, yeah, especially considering, like, for example, I wouldn't really go with a Botman because I have Shaw and Trippier, but you don't have a second Newcastle defender, so especially with the price of him, I think it's a good asset to have, just in the mixer.
I'd still prefer to have Share. I don't know what it is about Share, but I really back Share.
I don't care what the statistics say. I prefer Sher. It's just like repetition of the banana peel.
Yeah,
Ignore the
I don't know if I'm
statistics.
agreeing with you.
No. It's I was
Share.
calling back to because when Bernardo Silva was popping off over that kind of winter break. I mean, I already had him, so I got my points. But when the fucking FPL scout said ignore the statistics, just by
Bernardo.
yeah, just felt like a fucking snake on his
Now, what I have an idea, Joe. If I could share screen.
Please do.
Oh, actually,
yeah.
technically, I should run through my team first. I'll do that on my screen. Can you see that? All right. Actually, that's not even. Is it sharing?
How's this working on OBS, BB? By the way.
It's all right.
I can't see your screen, by the way. It might be a new problem.
Yeah, I can't see anything. I can see black.
Yeah. Okay. Transition. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna get rid of. Well, this isn't gonna work. Joe, go back to sharing your screen. I've only got it set up for Joe to share screen.
No worries. If you want to stop sharing, I think it should work. Oh, there we go.
Right.
What can I get for you?
Could you sign into the Good Guy team?
Oh, God. Oh, we're going to expose the email address.
Hold on. I can cover it.
Or I could just stop sharing. Right, I've stopped sharing.
Oh damn!
Oh, no risk.
No, I've just stopped. I've just stopped putting it to the stream. But
Yeah.
Yep. Okay, what am I pulling up?
The Good Guy FPL team, and we need to make some transfers, boys.
Yeah, as a unit, we all gotta say.
Aha.
Joe, your transfers cost us 15 points.
That's fair enough.
You sold Mitrovic.
Right.
That is a bit of a shame. Oh wow.
We didn't make a wildcard team.
No, we forgot about that. Yeah, this is rough.
Yeah, well, that's okay. Let's not worry about
9.28 million actually. How many players? Oh, 10. I was thinking, we've got a chance at being
there's nearly 11 million.
in the bottom 10% or something there, but
Right. Let's not worry about that. Let's look to the future.
right, we got 2 free transfers.
Nice.
What do we think we should do?
Well, we want to get rid of Jesus.
Yeah.
I'm happy to do that.
And who else?
Tom Yasu, maybe?
No, because we can get rid of him at a later date.
Addison coming back?
Yeah, he's coming back.
But he is quite expensive. We could look to
Yeah.
Okay.
Who should we get up front? We could do a lot of things.
I mean, I back Mitrovic, which is why I still have him.
I back Mitrovic.
He kind of missed 15 points, so it's not as simple.
He's got a double coming up.
But yeah, maybe.
And then in terms of midfield,
there's a lot of money in it.
We've got 9.7.
Annoying amount. How about Saka?
We could very well do Bukayo.
Yeah. We've not discussed the options.
I've put them in. I mean, we've not got Miguel Almiron in the team, the top scoring midfielder in the game.
I don't think Saka's actually worth it over Odegaard.
Well, if you look at the points, you might well be right. Saka's on pens is a factor. He's not had that many recently.
But would I pay 1.6 mil for pens?
Out of context with BB. I don't know, man. Pencils are a lot cheaper. You could pick Odegaard.
I'm a Saka man through and through. Saka till I die.
Saka,
Oh,
Tony.
actually, I'd say Rashford. Out of all these options, I'd say
What if-
Ooh,
We
I
took-
don't.
what
I
if we
don't
took
think I
a-
agree with that. I don't think Rashford is as good as a Saka.
Oh,
Saka's reliable. He's good. He's reliable. He's just a good player in a team that's playing well, that might even win the league. I'm a Saka man, me, because I feel like there's a reliability. I feel like he's
I need
he's
to
quite
mention
consistent.
my new methodology. So now I'm only going to transfer in. This only applies to attacking players, but I'm now only going to transfer in with one thought: is this person a talisman? Does the team rely on this person? If
Saka's a talisman.
if they do, then I will purchase that person. If that person is not a talisman in my brain, I will not bring them in. Such as like a Foden, will not bring him in. Not a talisman. He might be on form or whatever, but not a talisman.
Saka is a talisman.
Would you define Haaland as a talisman?
Yeah.
Isn't a talisman someone that is like a creator? They get the ball and they grab the game by the scruff of their neck.
Nah, that's just a big boy.
All right. So you're accepting talisman and big boys.
Well, I'm accepting my definition of talisman.
Well, no, it's like
And also, Haaland is a talisman. Come on,
getting
he's
a
shite
face
at
man.
football, but he's a talisman in terms of he's a big boy.
Not terrible. He's all
No, it's
No, he's terrible at football.
a talisman. Oh no, I wasn't arguing about that. I was arguing about talisman. No, yeah, a talisman. It's like it's when the chips are down. The kind of player they're relying on. The team, the big boy. The man. I'm debating about talisman, not even about what's a good pick or not. Surely, Saka, in my mind, Saka is Mr. Arsenal. He's not quite Mr. Arsenal because he's not played long enough. He's not played enough seasons with them, but he's the captain armband or whatever. It's just the talismanic role. It just kind of
They do look to him.
Yeah, they look to him.
They look to him-ish. Wait, he's not the captain.
Got a good attitude too. He's good baller with a good attitude, and he's young and homegrown.
Would you say he's more of a talisman than Rashford is for United?
Yes.
Yeah, I would say so. Yeah.
Okay, Saka goes in.
Rashford is functional. They give Rashford the ball out wide. He tries to cut inside and shoot. Saka, they give the ball and they're like, right, just invent some shit. Just go ahead.
And then this comes to my second point, which is then someone which I will make strides to buy. I will take a hit for them, is if they're an informed talisman. If they're an informed talisman, whoa, yeah. Then they're coming in.
How would you define that? Who would be an informed talisman at the moment? Would that be Rashford in your head?
Mitrovic. Mitrovic is an informed talisman.
Mitrovic is a talisman.
So are you going? Well, I guess that'll say. So we'll make these transfers, shall we? And then we'll look at what you guys are thinking of making. So are we happy with Mitrovic and Saka?
Yeah.
Confirm. And then I'll make sure they're on the pitch.
We've just made this team a little closer to my team. That's what we've done.
Bring Wilson off for Andreas?
Well, we can leave Wilson on.
I don't know. I don't want him to just get like 1 point or something.
Yeah, I don't.
We've got Southampton at home. That's one.
Oh yeah. I'm actually.
Yeah.
No.
But Wilson's decent. He's a talisman.
Is he still like playing all the minutes? He can.
No, he wasn't even on the bench last week.
Yeah. So what the fuck are we talking about?
Oh, that bench is so rough.
Wait, do we want to go
Palmieri. We're gonna play.
How have we
Neco
managed to
Williams.
get Emerson in here?
That has BV's fingerprint. How did that get in there?
Yeah, it's probably me. I'll accept that. It's probably me. I think it might have happened at the wildcard stage. I think me and Dan would have made a team and then thought, oh yeah, fuck it, I'll just throw Emerson in there.
It's just the league of me.
Because wait. Not only did we have Emerson, don't we have we have Gurhey? No, Anderson. Oh, Anderson screams Dan.
That's got Dan all over it.
Yeah, we probably did a trade. You get Emerson, I'll get.
That Neco Williams, that defence. Oh. Oh, no Trippier.
Oh, in Neco.
Oh, that defense is rank.
Oh,
No
just-
Trippier, man. We should have bought Trippier.
is Emerson getting minutes?
No, he's not getting minutes.
Oh well.
Is Neco Williams even getting minutes?
No, I think.
Do we have money in the bank?
Yeah, can we get a hit? We might have to take a hit.
Do we have money in the bank?
Well, no, because we just spent it on Saka, didn't we? Oh,
No, we have
1.7.
1.7 in the bank.
Ooh, okay,
You're gonna get rid of Emerson because he doesn't play.
Yeah.
Tomiyasu because he doesn't play.
Mm.
Emerson-
What? How much money does the Tomiyasu move give us?
An extra 0.2, so we'd get up to 5.9, which doesn't
Is
really
that
do anything.
Trippier enough? Is that enough for
Have
Trippier?
we not got Trippier?
Is that enough for Trippier? Is
Yeah,
Tomiyasu to
5.9,
Trippier viable?
How Oh, have we not got Trippier? Yeah, there we go. Job done.
Great.
Right, we've got a slightly more functional team now, boys.
Oh, you shouldn't really be doing that just after unlimited transfers.
Right, get Trippier on there.
Yeah, so true. There we go. We've got a bit of a team.
Honestly, this team will probably do better than my
It
team.
actually looks alright, you know. It actually
Oh, yeah,
looks alright.
Anderson's a bit crap, but apart from that,
Because, I mean, yeah.
Even the Bournemouth away for this week, if we're talking about, doesn't look too bad.
No, this actually looks...
Totally, but this team, honestly, I think this team's going to outscore my team.
I think we should do a forfeit if this team outscores one of our teams.
well,
but
it's
I've
not
just
like
said
it's a
I think
terrible
it's
team.
gonna outscore- that fucking conversation exchange. I said this team I think's going to. You said we should do a forfeit for the team that gets out.
Okay, well, not this week, but in future weeks, if this team outscores your team, there should be a forfeit.
No, the overall rank of this team is only 3 mil. We can actually make it beat BV's team.
Yeah, that's my goal.
Oh, that would actually be shameful. All right, I'll do a forfeit if this team beats my team
All right, yeah.
at the end of the season.
Right, me and Dan are going to try hard the hell out of this now and make this team as fire as possible.
Well, and you're going to help me.
yeah.
I'm going to be out here giving it alternative moves. I'm going to be like, no, sell Trippier. Sell Trippier. Emerson Palmieri. He's on one. I think, okay, each week actually. So, Joe, you sort of had control of the team this week. I think next week.
I control the team just before the World Cup.
Okay. Oh, okay, right. But I think each week, rather than it being a 2v1 decision, I think there should be influence, but each person is like a rotation role. Like,
Oh no! I don't trust you.
the final say gets made.
No.
Yeah, it's like BV. You're like, right, so this week I propose we take a -32. What are our thoughts on this?
Yeah. I'm absolutely not. I don't know.
No.
I mean, there can be a lead, but ultimately it needs double sign off.
Yeah. I think that I'm for democracy, certainly in this scenario.
Yeah,
I want to see people's touches of, I want to see that Anderson that wouldn't make it in.
Yeah, but it doesn't feel like you have the team's best interest at heart.
I do.
We'll offer some leeway for individual inspiration.
Okay.
We might not necessarily agree with it, but if we think that you've got some decent reasons, then we'll let it slide. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah.
What we calling that inspiration? Like I think just Dan wanting Saka. I was like, I can't really argue with this man's love for Saka. I was thinking I can't be asked for that, so I'll just let him have Saka. Does that count?
Yeah. Yeah, it's appeasement. You're just letting it happen.
Okay. There's some level of appeasement. Fair play.
Yeah.
Cool. Right. So should we look ahead to these before we pick our punts for next week, or do you guys want to go through what you're thinking transfer wise for next week?
I just want to say I might bench boost
This week?
No. Next week. I might bench boost next week. And
What's
the double
inspiring?
game week. If you go to my team,
I'm gonna have to log out.
can you go to FPL.team?
Yeah.
Joe's really small on the thing.
What's your ID, fella?
I think it's 1-5. Now I'm not too sure about this next part. I think it's 898. 15898.
That's pretty good. That's low.
It could also be 15895. Oh.
Are you boys?
Yeah, Peru.
That's your boys. All right.
Right, okay, so if we make James Botman. Or actually, don't make him Botman. Just...
What am I doing, man?
Just go to Gameweek. Like, imagine I rolled.
Oh, take out Martial, and I actually really like this team.
And now this is
What's wrong with Martial?
I don't know. I just feel like there's. I'd rather have a Mitrovic. That's what it is.
Oh, okay.
Now this is basically the team that would have started for me, except for I'd have Andreas Pereira on. In space for I'd probably take off Almiron, to be honest.
Oh, that's a risk.
Almiron goes to the bench.
That feels like taking off Haaland.
Okay.
Almiron has probably outscored Haaland over the time frame he's been on fire.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, Almiron's not the equivalent of Haaland, but he's been
now.
playing.
Obviously, I've got two free transfers, and if you look at that bench, Ward against Fulham could go either way. Almiron against Arsenal could be good. Perud against home and Nottingham Forest could be all right. And Bueno at Aston Villa could be all right. I think those boys all play in their current, lineup. And I've got 2 free transfers if any fucker's injured by then.
Well, you get rid of James, yeah.
Get rid of James and maybe even bring in Mitrovic or someone. But I do like Martial at Bournemouth.
Yeah.
So yeah, maybe bring in. I don't know if I'd bring in Botman for Arsenal. I'd probably bring in someone else. I might even bring in fucking Tim Reed if I wanted to. Or a Chelsea defender. I'd probably bring in a Chelsea. I don't know, Tim Reed. I don't know what I'd do there. But 2 free transfers, I can do whatever the fuck I want, basically. Yeah, it's not a bad bench.
I mean, yeah. You'd back Fulham to get a goal against Leicester. There's a good chance that Forest get a goal against Southampton, and Bueno might not make 60 minutes. So there is obviously a downside to each of them, but there is an upside there. I can see what you mean.
I think that bench could get at least 10 points, and that's what I'd look at as a successful bench boost.
10? Oh, fair play.
How many points did yours get, Joe?
I mean, yeah, mine did shit. So, yeah, I mean, I think it got to get like 7 or something.
That's
cool. When, weeks prior, if I'd have deployed it, I'd have got like 15 to 20. But yeah, it just depends on the timing. And, I mean, it's what you'd gain long-term as well from using it early and being able to take money off your bench.
Yeah, this isn't even like a... Yeah, my bench will always be... My bench boost will still probably consist of the same amount of cash. It will just be when a sort of... That Andreas has got a double game week that he makes his way onto the pitch and... Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
But yeah, I do enjoy my team. My team is actually quite good. Yeah, I back it.
Yeah, I definitely prefer your team to mine.
Thank you.
Looking at them side by side, and yeah, that looks like a better team.
Right, punts of the game week.
So let's have a look at our fixtures for the next week. So which ones jump out? Dan, let's start with you. Which ones would you be looking to target?
Which ones would I be looking to target? Well, obviously your obvious Haalands and De Bruynes and co are fucking eligible. Everton at home does look quite tasty for Man City. Southampton at home looks quite good. Because I could even go with an Andreas or something. Oh, but why? Oh yeah, I love how I say that. In fucking Andreas is on my bench currently.
I'm going to throw a rogue statement out here. If Mitrovic gets a yellow card at some point, and is suspended for one of the double game week games, I'd be tempted to captain Andreas.
Ooh. Is it Leicester and Chelsea there, double, yeah?
Yep.
Not bad. Not bad. But then we've had it in the past where single game week players are overlooked in double game weeks and double game week players are overvalued. Do you think it might be a case of double game week goggles? Or do you actually...
Yes, definitely.
Yeah, I do think double game week goggles are very much real. I like players who are good over players that I definitely believe just target the class over, because you can get suckered in to think, oh, there's good fixtures or there's a double game week, but shit players are a gateway to disappointment.
It goes back to my thing, talisman. I can only stick with talisman.
And Pereira, I wouldn't call him talismanic, would you? Or
No.
maybe he is.
No, he's not talismanic.
No, but when Mitrovic is out, he's a bit talismanic. He's on pens when Mitrovic is out.
When Mitrovic is out is the point. Is he going to be out?
Oh, that's what my starting statement was. If he gets a yellow.
Yeah, that's a good point. Good point. Yeah. All right. Yeah, that's an all right shout. I don't mind that.
Anyway, this week I think the fixtures to target are Man U against Wolves, Chelsea against Forest, and Newcastle v Leeds.
Oh, yeah, I think Newcastle versus Leeds could be quite good for Newcastle's attacking players.
So, Rashford got a goal last week, didn't he?
And an assist, yeah.
14 points.
Yeah.
Up to the spreadsheet then.
Yeah. I think it's a case as well of picking the lads that are in form, teams that you think are gonna do well, rather than just opposition teams which you think are going to do badly.
Dan, you get to go first.
Lovely. Okay. What the fuck am I thinking?
I hate when this man gets to go first.
Well, wait. Can I see? I need to see the table, don't I?
Why can't you just name someone and then we can see if you already named?
Can I just? I want to see. Her.
So who are you thinking that might be on the list?
Well, I want to see. Have I already gone Mitrovic?
Let's have a look.
I don't think you have. I don't think any of us have ever gone Mitrovic.
Dan has never gone for Mitrovic. All right, let's fill it in.
Wait, whoa. I didn't say I was going. I said, have I gone? That's right. Now, they did play well. What's their upcoming fixtures? I mean, I guess you look at it and think Southampton at home. Southampton just lost 3-0 to Leeds. Wait, one sec. I want to just see quickly. I'm just going to look at Southampton's form recently. I want to see how they've done in the last few. Monday. Just give me a sec. Southampton. Oh, yeah. I'm going to go Mitrovic against. Realistically, he's not going to get another double-digit haul, but maybe 9 points.
I think that could prove to be a waste, given that they have a double next week. Though you might not get the opportunity to use it. So,
right. I would like to go for Bruno Guimaraes.
Ooh.
Bruno G.
Where's that?
I think Bruno Guimaraes, he was someone I was looking at on the wildcard period because of how sort of attacking he can now afford to be. I don't know who it is that's back from injury, but someone is back from injury. I think, now that Callum Wilson isn't actually in the squad. But anyway, I think Bruno Guimaraes has gone back to the role that he was playing sort of at the back end of last season. I think at the start of this season he was playing a bit more defensively in a sort of CDM, but now he's gone up to be a sort of high pressing CM, and he's got chance creation in him. So I back that shit could pop off. I feel like Leeds is going to be a sort of high scoring game, and yeah, I'll just back him. I think he's definitely a punt. I'm not backing him completely. I wouldn't want him in anyone's team, but I think he's just fun to punt.
Nice. Okay. Cool. Do you know, I'm still debating who I'm going to pick up. And started listening to you and looking at the fixtures, and I've not landed on anywhere concrete. I don't mind Fulham's attack against Southampton, but I don't want to waste a pick in case I want to pick them next week.
Wait,
who
who
is
did
there
they
to
even
pick?
have? Chelsea and
Hey?
Who is there to pick out of the Fulham attack now that Dan's picked Mitrovic?
Well, let's say next week one of you were to pick Mitrovic or Pereira. I might want to go to a Cordova-Reed, Cabano, or a defender or something. I don't know. But yeah, I'm just conscious of getting any out of the way, like Pereira, if I want to pick him next week. Total Man City assets.
I might want to pick Pereira next week, so we'll have to see who's on the order of play.
Who wins? Yeah. As well, I'm considering a Man City defensive asset against Everton. I actually thought about would it make sense to pick Ederson, because obviously he's the one that's guaranteed to play, but I feel like he's not going to get.
You could go down in technically history and be the first good guy to pick a goalie.
To pick a keeper, yeah, I'm debating it.
If any of us picked Kepa last week, they would have won.
Yeah. So
Kepa this week, Nottingham Forest.
Might not actually be a terrible shout. Ooh, should I go for Kepa? Forest at home. I feel like Forest have a lot of really bad shots. I actually might pick Kepa. Or maybe I could go Kepa in Gameweek 19 instead. Tricky. Yeah, don't want to waste people's time. Okay, I'm gonna go Joe Linton.
Seems very fucking different to the previous discussion.
I ended up deciding that I might do it next week instead. So no, I'm going to pick Joe Linton. Similar reasons why Baron picked Gimaresh away, in that they've got that Leeds fixture, which is good offensively. I back that as an attacking fixture for all the Newcastle boys. I was thinking about picking Chris Wood, but he is quite bad at football. And Joe Linton, he nicks a goal.
He does nick a goal. He is playing up top-ish.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, I'm open for my share goal to come in.
Yeah. Cool. Well, we'll see how that goes.
Well, we're done here.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't think we've covered all the points.
Yeah. That's job done.
All right. Thanks for watching, one and all, and we'll see you very soon.
Bye-bye.
See ya.